Aloha everyone. So I want to talk about how God convicted my heart big time. During one of our services, the pastors were talking about how you can't change the people around you, but you can change the vibe around you. So something had happened during work where I was totally disrespecting my boss because I felt he was being unfair. I was looking at my phone as he was talking to me, and I totally turned my back on him. And after that message, God was like, hey, you need to humble yourself and ask your boss for forgiveness, because not only were you disrespecting him, you were disrespecting me. And so as your authority, the next day I went into work, and man, I was like, okay, Holy Spirit, just come and be with me in the office. And then the enemy was coming and saying, no, it's not gonna happen. And then God opened the door where my boss called me in, and he said, he asked me a question, and then I said, well, okay, we were done with that. And I said, okay, well, can I have a conversation with you? And he was like, yeah. And so I said, well, before I start that, I want to say, I'm sorry. Will you please forgive me for disrespecting your authority? I was wrong. And he looked at me, jaw dropped, didn't know what to say. And then, for a while, he was like really shocked. And so I said, well, let me explain why. I said, because I just respected you because I was upset at you the other day because of how I felt you were treating me, and I turned my back on you. I was on my phone, and that was totally disrespectful. And God really showed me that I needed to apologize to you as my authority. And he was like, he was thankful, and he said, I appreciate you apologizing. And he gave me props on just self-reflecting. And I was like, it was all God. And he's like, well, it's good that your God told you that, and I was like, hey, he's your God too. And then he was like, okay, well, I forgive you, but I want to self-reflect as well, and I want to ask for your forgiveness. And I was like, wait, what? For what? And he was like, for, you getting upset at me. And, he may not know God now, but I'm sure eventually he will. But, without God, I couldn't, and without me, he wouldn't.